The Holy Cross of Christ has much history and lore behind it, many amazing truths, and many surprising misconceptions. Archaeological excavations begun in 1960 reveal that the Mount of Golgotha was part of an ancient quarry in use as early as the 7th century BC. Within that quarry, the Rock of Golgotha was a section of rocky ground that was not used, probably because of the mediocre durability and quality of the chalky rock, thus fulfilling the psalmist's prophetic words, "The stone the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone." In the Gospel of Matthew, it tells how, when Jesus gave up his spirit, the earth shook and the rocks were split apart. If you visit the shrine of Golgotha in the Church of the Resurrection in Jerusalem today, you will see huge boulders with large splits in them, displayed in glass cases on either side of the altar, marking the site of the crucifixion. Modern archaeologists discovered that the rupture caused by the earthquake at this sacred moment went through the entire rock of Golgotha, from the top to the bottom. In 1977, a double-cave tomb was discovered only 3 meters directly below the present shrine of the crucifixion. The cave tomb had been turned into a place of worship by Christ's followers, possibly even his disciples, which showed evidence of being plastered and decorated with mosaics sometime in the 1st century. This is the most ancient chapel in Christian history. Seeing the ruins of Jerusalem wrought by the Roman armies in the year 70 AD, the Roman Emperor Hadrian ordered the gardens and cemeteries around Golgotha and Christ's holy tomb itself to be filled in with dirt, and a great platform erected over the spot, which later was the site of a temple to the goddess Venus. Ironically, this served to safeguard the memory of the site of Christ's death and burial. Ancient histories testify that the Rock of Golgotha actually protruded through the pagan platform, visible to all. St. Jerome writes that on the peak of Golgotha was a pedestal with a stone statue of Aphrodite. This made it very easy for St. Macarius, the Bishop of Jerusalem, to easily point out the spot to St. Helen and her excavators when they sought for the tomb of Christ. Commissioned and funded by her son, St. Constantine, the Emperor of Byzantium, St. Helen embarked on a mission to the Holy Land in the year 326 to restore the Christian holy places and recover the important relics of Christianity. At the time of St. Helen's excavations around the site of Golgotha, 3 crosses were found in a rock cistern, along with the titulus, the wooden plaque or title, inscribed with the words Jesus Nazarenus Rex Iudiorum, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. This cistern can be visited today in the deepest levels of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, off of the Armenian chapel. The excavation is a large, dark cavern holding a large quantity of water, a minor miracle of ancient laborers. The 3 crosses and the titulus plaque were removed from the cistern, but how could St. Helen tell which of the 3 crosses was the one on which Christ was crucified? A woman dying from a terminal disease was brought to the spot. She touched the crosses one by one. After she touched the 3rd cross, she was immediately cured, thereby identifying the true cross. In the year 614, King Khosrow of Persia invaded the Holy Land, destroying all Christian churches except the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. This church was spared because of the frescoes of the 3 Magi on its walls, in which the invaders recognized images of the people of their own land. When Khosrow captured Jerusalem, he took the Holy Cross as a trophy back to his homeland. It ended up in the hands of the Greek princess Maria, daughter of the Byzantine Emperor Maurice and the official wife of King Khosrow. 13 years later, the Byzantine Emperor Heraclius defeated Khosrow and regained the relic, taking it first to Constantinople and then back to Jerusalem. At the end of the Middle Ages, so many churches claimed to possess a piece of the true cross that the famous Protestant John Calvin mockingly remarked that there was enough wood in them to fill a ship. Or was there? The 19th century architect and scholar Charles Rault du Fleury decided to see for himself and tracked down and measured every surviving relic of the true cross. Estimating the weight and size of the cross, calculating the volume of wood, he then calculated the total mass of all the relics he inventoried, plus a generous allowance for fragments that were in private hands or otherwise hadn't come to his attention. He then multiplied this number by 10 and found that even with this generous multiplication, the volume of the relics didn't account for even a fifth of the cross upon which Christ was crucified. Where are the relics of the cross now? Relics of the true cross can be found in Catholic and Orthodox Christian churches throughout the world today, including a large relic which is on display for veneration in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem.